This card introduces a brand new mechanic into Marvel Snap that is gonna change how we interact with the game. It's a Spider-Man themed season, and the season pass kicks us off with the iconic black suit Spider-Man. But who is Symbiote Spider-Man? Well, it's Peter Parker, Spider-Man, with the Venom symbiote. Okay, let's go back. Before Peter finds the symbiote, heck, we're going all the way back to the beginning of the universe. The Dark Elder god Null created a species of symbiotic aliens from the living abyss, which he controlled via hive mind to conquer countless planets and devour civilizations across billions of years. At one point in history, Null's connection with the symbiotes was severed thanks to Thor's divine lightning. Now in need of hosts to give their existence meaning, the symbiotes, who bonded with benevolent hosts, started poisoning the hive mind with traits such as nobility and honor. These symbiotes eventually rebelled against Null and imprisoned him in a planet, the planet of Clintar. 998 generations later, one particular symbiote was bonded to a Kree soldier named Pel-Kar, who erased its memories when they were forced to separate. Eventually, this symbiote was imprisoned by malicious symbiotes in a device that ended up on Battleworld, a patchwork planet constructed by the Beyonder, who used pieces taken from hundreds of worlds, including Earth, to create an arena for his Secret Wars. During Secret Wars, the Beyonder transported many of Earth's heroes and villains to Battleworld to have them fight it out to see who would win. Dude was bored, what can I say? Also, fun fact, the original Secret Wars back in 1984 was the first crossover event to include all of Marvel's properties in one story arc. Now, during the Secret Wars, Spider-Man's costume gets ripped up and he goes off to find the alien tech that Thor had found to repair his tattered costume. What Spidey found instead was the device that contained the alien symbiote. The released symbiote became his costume, creating the classic black suit Spider-Man, which he kept even after Secret Wars. This new costume made Peter stronger, could mimic other forms of clothing, produced its own source of webbing, and kinda made him edgier. But it was overly attached to Peter, like way too clingy. After realizing the costume was organic, Peter went to Mr. Fantastic to get it checked out, and that's where they found that it was a living being that wanted to merge with Peter. Peter ultimately rejects the symbiote, using its weakness to loud noises to get rid of it by standing next to church bells. Peter succeeds and goes back to being a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. The symbiote, of course, didn't die, and coincidentally, in that very church where Peter rejected it was former reporter Eddie Brock, who hated Spider-Man for discrediting him. The symbiote sensed this mutual hate for Spider-Man and bonded with Eddie, giving us one of Spider-Man's most iconic villains, Venom. In Marvel Snap, Symbiote Spider-Man is a 4-energy, 6-power card with the ability Activate. Merge your lowest cost card here with this. Copy its text like it just revealed. Yep, we have a brand new mechanic in the game, Activate. Think of it as having one charge of that ability that you can trigger on your turn when you want to, more flexible on reveal, if you will. You can't trigger and activate the turn it's played though, so in Symbiote Spider-Man's case, if you play him on 4, you can choose to activate the ability on turns 5 or 6. So there's that mind game of when you'll activate the card. So okay, your lower cost card in his lane merges with him, right? Which means that you add that power to Symbiote Spider-Man. So for example, if Iceman is the lowest cost card in that lane, Symbiote Spider-Man takes his power and becomes a 4/8. And you reproc Iceman's ability because you copy its text like it just revealed. If the card has an ongoing ability, Symbiote Spider-Man copies that. Man, he's gonna make for some very interesting synergies. Now, I would think pairing him with on reveals is the best choice because you get that reproc, right? Kind of like Absorbing Man, right? But he doesn't power creep on Absorbing Man because Abs Man can go wide. You know, you can play him in another lane. Symbiote only works on that one lane. At the very least, he frees up a space in that lane too. Okay, I see him working very well with on reveals, right? Here's a Surfer example. Turn 4, Symbiote in an empty lane. Turn 5, Wong, same lane. Turn 6, Surfer in that same lane, and you activate Symbiote as well. So Surfer procs his on reveal twice with Wong, then Symbiote merges and procs the on reveal again twice with Wong. Cracked, right? What about Namora? Turn 4, Symbiote. Turn 5, Namora, and activate. Turn 6, Odin. That's 3 procs of Namora's ability. How about Hit Monkey on 6 in a lane with only Symbiote, and then you activate, woo! While you're playing all your small cards in other lanes, that's Hit Monkey proccing twice. How about Black Panther? He doubles once when you play him. Use Activate to merge with Symbiote, that's 14 power, and then he procs again, that's 28 power. That's a 1-card lane winner right there. You see the combo potential, right? Now, the downside of having Symbiote sit in a lane with on reveals though is that if your opponent has Cosmo, well, they know exactly where to play the good doggo. But not a lot of people play Cosmo these days, so... Also, Shadow King can reset Symbiote back to 4/6, so you gotta watch out for that.
But why didn't I know your weakness?
Look, Symbiote's gonna be a very strong combo piece for several archetypes, so I am pumped to experiment with him. And on top of that,